Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Y'all know with Droid Life. Gonna whip through an unboxing today of the LG G2. So this is LG's big dog flagship of the moment, of the year. And we haven't seen this since they unveiled it a month or so ago in New York City. Tim was on hand for that, so I haven't even personally touched this device with its awkward or interestingly placed back power and volume rocker. This is the international version, so it actually might even be the Korean version. I'm not sure what language it's going to boot up in, to tell you the truth, but we're gonna unbox it, whip through it, look at some software features down the road. But for now, I just want to unbox it, sort of give you my first impression, since again, this is my first time with it at all. So if we pull it out here, there it is. And since it's an unboxing, we always do look in the box, right? So you got power stuff. Yeah, you can see this is definitely not a traditional US power there. So headphones, all that good stuff. Slide that all aside. Let's talk about the device. All right, so it's got, I believe, protective sheet on the front. Take that off. And there is that back side. So protective sheet on the back. So again, I find it a little odd that last year LG went through this whole crystal reflection backside thing where they could create custom patterns. And while they used glass, which might have been a terrible covering, you still could have thought they could have continued that and just used, you know, a different sort of covering other than glass on it. So anyway, there is the back. Looks like there's also a sticker or something over the buttons. Let's get that off. There we go. We're going on the camera too. No, camera looks like it is good. All right, so this is what we're looking at. On the front, 5.2 inch full HD IPS LCD, 1080p by 1920, 423 pixels per inch. And this is about as edge to edge as you get. If you look right down here, you can see this corner comes almost flush to the side here. So you really are looking at a full edge to edge display experience here. In hand, I will say it doesn't feel giant. It actually feels a lot like the Galaxy S4, which we'll bring in here. So it is a little bit bigger than the Galaxy S4, at least a little taller. I don't necessarily know that it's wider. Maybe just a hair wider and a hair taller. So you're gonna get sort of the same feel as you would with the Galaxy S3. You got a 2.26 or 2.3 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor inside, which is sort of the biggest, baddest processor of the moment. 2 GB RAM, 16 or 32 gigs of storage, 3000 milliamp hour battery. So this thing packs a pretty enormous battery and is still relatively thin. You're talking 8.9 millimeters thick here. 13 megapixel camera on the back with optical image stabilization, if I can say that right. 2 megapixel camera on the front, comes in black and white. This is obviously the black model. Android 4.2.2, would assume it'll get a fairly quick update. So, well, you can see I've already got fingerprints on it just from touching this a couple of times since pulling it out of the box. So that is something you're gonna have to worry about. If you get the black version especially, you're gonna see those fingerprints show up on this glossy backside. So it feels a lot like what Samsung has done in the past. So I kind of wish LG had not gone plastic, cheap looking back and really stuck with something more premium. So here's your button setup, right? So you've got a power button on the back and your volume up and down on there as well, right below the camera. So, you know, LG says this is an innovative thing, and they've talked to consumers who said they really would like that on there rather than on the sides, which you typically see on devices. You can see there's nothing on the sides of this other than what looks like a SIM slot right there. Here's your micro USB port down here at the bottom. So that hasn't changed. Oh, your headphone jack's also at the bottom. Yes! That deserves a little fist pump. So forever, Tim and I have been on the bottom headphone jack train, team, whatever you want to call us. And everyone keeps going away from it, putting it on the top. LG, good work, good work. And then on the top, you've got absolutely nothing. Okay, so let's power this on. To power it on, you have to actually hold the back button here. So we're powering on. So hopefully we got some charge. And again, we're not really sure what language this is going to start up in. So again, this is my first time with the device. It actually doesn't feel that bad in hand. I feel like I could probably get up there to the top there if I needed to. Oh, it looks like we got some extra stickers here around the side. That one was poking me. Oh wow, life is good. All right, so it looks like it's actually in English, which I'm kind of surprised about. So there you go. There is the there's LG's fancy UI. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. When you hold this phone and you look at with the screen on, it looks like something you've never seen before. We're talking as minimal top bezel as you can get. The bottom has a slightly bigger one, though it's not much of one. You do have on-screen buttons, you'll notice that. And these sides really have almost no bezel. That is, it's pretty crazy looking. You know, this is what we want, right? We want screens that are all display on the front, and you know, this definitely I think is topping the charts at this point. I can bring up the Moto X so you can see it's got, you know, edge to edge, mostly on the sides, and then the top and bottom you do have some bezel, but man, this LG G2 is kind of crazy. All right, so let's look in, if we go to the notifications, you'll see lots of stuff going on in here. You can apparently customize all this and turn most of it off. There's the mini settings button right there. So there's nothing to scroll through there. And now LG, okay, Samsung, if you're watching this, take note. If you're gonna set up your setting screen in sort of this page mode, let us swipe between them, okay? Samsung won't do it. I just tried on the Note 3, it doesn't work as well. LG lets you, so you don't actually have to go up and tap these. You can flip between them. Thank you for that. Oops, just turn the brightness down. Go back up. All right, let's go ahead and look at About, because we always do. Software. Android 4.2.2, you can see that right there. Access Google, oh, that's interesting. Oh, look at that, okay. So again, this is my first time I'm learning as I'm doing this here. If you swipe up, you can actually swipe over to Google Now, or what looks like Quick Memo. So you can access Quick Memo from wherever. Not that I plan on using Quick Memo all the time, but you can definitely do that. Let me just back out of there. But that's kind of cool. That's an interesting take on using the swiping gesture for Google Now. So you can either swipe over to Google Now or to Quick Memo, which is kind of neat. So LG has built in a ton of software features in here. I'm not going to go through those now. I need to learn them myself, and we'll talk about those all. But you know, the phone's going to be crazy fast. This display is obviously gorgeous. We really want to test out that 13 megapixel camera that Tim raved about when he first got his hands on it. I'm definitely digging the overall front view. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of this glossy fingerprint magnet back with the button arrangement, but we'll play with that as well. Overall though, the front side I'm in love with. It looks great. All screen, it's incredibly fast. The display looks great. You know, I'm not a huge fan of their skin, but we can always throw on launchers if we really want to get away from that. Yeah, you can just stop showing that, thank you. Overall though, feels nice in hand. Does feel a little, I don't want to call it cheap feeling, but you know, it's got that plastic feel that Samsung devices have had forever. So LG is sort of joining them. And yes, I'm still picking off stickers because there are plenty of them. So we will definitely have some full reviews coming up of this. And then once the carrier versions start rolling out, we'll take a look at those as well. Because I don't even know, to tell you the truth, if I can test this on an actual carrier network here in the US. It might be Wi-Fi only. So anyways, oh, isn't this the trick you can do? You can knock to shut off the screen and knock again to turn it back on. That's one of their big tricks. Interesting. I mean, that's cool, I guess. So anyways, we'll have more. Oh yeah, the button's right there. We'll have more on this. This is the LG G2. Just a quick unboxing and just a first impressions from me. Overall, not bad at all. Definitely interested to give it a shot. That display is crazy. Anyways, we're Droid Life. Peace.